say, hey, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought you were really cute and I'd like to take you out sometime. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to MexPack Dating. On this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you how cold approach can get you higher quality dates. I'm gonna share with you how cold approach got me a date with this girl who has 80,000 followers and is only following a couple thousand people. So my expertise is cold approach. I actually don't do any online dating at all. Technically, I do all my lead follow up and nurture from Instagram. But in terms of actually meeting women, I only do that in person, in the streets, if I'm out at the gym, etc. So by the end of this video, you'll have a better idea of why learning cold approach is so important towards your dating life and for you to get better quality dates and ultimately maybe a relationship if that's what you're looking for. So normally, if I would have slid into this girl's DMs, I would have been lost in the sea of 80,000 people. And as you can imagine, the thousands of guys that are probably hitting her up on a monthly basis, trying to get a date with her, maybe trying to fly her out, etc. You guys know the whole drill. So obviously, like here, I think she's in Dubai. You know, she travels a lot. Here, she's in like Asia. So she has a pretty cool life, and she's a really cool person too. So this is one of the great things that I love about cold approach is that you get to really connect with somebody on a deeper level. And I think the big upside with cold approach, now this isn't to say online dating is bad in the other sense, or that you can't find great relationships online dating. How I've seen it though is that doing cold approach, doing in-person meeting a girl on the street, meeting her at a restaurant, meeting her at the gym. So you get to create a really cool story. So this girl's actually really cool. She's super down to earth. She comes from obviously a really wealthy background. She's pretty successful in business and stuff. So like I said before, odds are if I had just followed her on Instagram and tried to slide into her DMs, there would have been no shot that I would have been seen. So, okay, so now I'll go through the story of how I met her. So I was out with one of the guys I was coaching, and we were doing a cold approach session. And I always like to do a warm up. So it's like a girl I see that I think is cute, and I just don't really care the outcome. So I see her. I see her at a Starbucks. We're out at this like mall. It's called the World Trade Center here in Mexico City. And I went up and approached her. And I didn't have the best outfit on. I really was in a vibe of like, I don't really care what happens. I'm really doing this to support my friend here that I was going out with and who I was coaching. So I go up to her and we, start talking. She's in like a Louis Vuitton. She has like a Louis Vuitton bag. She's wearing Dior. So she's like pretty dressed, to the nine. And I just did my classic opener, which is, hey, do you speak English? This is something that I coach guys through is that you don't need a fancy opener. You don't need a fancy pickup line. A lot of guys will come in and they're taught to go in and just be like, yeah, hey, like, wow, I saw you from over there and you look just like, and I was like, no way that girl can do, something stupid like that. And doing that instantly makes it like obviously obvious. Now, some girls will be receptive to that and find it funny or whatever. I find for myself, that guy I was actually coaching, he's struggled a lot with his openers. And so he would do some like creative line or something. And we were out one day and finally I was just like, hey man, like next girl you go talk to, try just saying hi and see what happens. He does that and he has like a really good interaction with her. Like they're talking, next girl, really good interaction. So it really showed that you don't need to do anything fancy or like super clever. So I always say, hi, do you speak English? Hola, do you speak English? Super basic, right? Now, being in a foreign country, I'm obviously not Mexican, so that works for me, and that's a good opener. But what's funny is I went back to the U.S. recently, and I did the same opener. Hi, do you speak English? And it worked. And so, really, I think just being normal and just breaking the ice and making her see that you're not like a freaking weird, creepy pickup artist or whatever, which is kind of the stigma guys get. So anyway, so we start talking. We had like a really good interaction. It was like 15 minutes. We were vibing, really good eye contact. She was obviously beautiful. So, and I was really just enjoying the interaction too. Okay, so we finish and how I end an interaction in a set. And guys, if we ever work together, this is stuff we'll work on with your approaching skills. How to do a proper close, how to get the number, be direct, but you don't have to be like mode one or anything like that, where you're just like super, super over. So I always end it with, hey, I got to run. It says that you're busy and that you have things to do. You can't sit there and talk to her all day. Hey, I got to run. But I'm going to be honest with you. And I say it just like that with that tone, like it's going to be really serious. So I say, hey, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought you were really cute and I'd like to take you out sometime. So I say this at the end too. A lot of the dating advice out there is to open with, hey, I thought you were really cute. I wanted to say hi. The reason why I wait to the end is because it puts me in the qualifying position. she's used to hearing guys say, "Oh, you're really pretty, you're beautiful, you're cute." Doing it like this, for me, it's like, hey, look, I'm not going to reward you with a compliment until you've proven to me that you are cute inside and outside. So the big mistake is a lot of guys just reward her for her beauty, not for actually who she is or how she behaves or treats you in the interaction in the approach. So I always do that at the very end, and then I just say, hey, I'd like to take you out sometime. Right? As you can see, it was very direct. One thing that I used to do, and I see a lot of guys do as well, they say, hey, can I get your phone number? Can I take you out sometime? They're asking her permission to see her. And I say that's a big no-no, guys. Remember, she's qualifying to you. You know, you're not trying to get her validation, right? I mean, you are in a sense. Any interaction you want to make the person like you. I mean, it's like, come on, like we can be honest there. However, it's really powerful when you can be direct and state what you want. Obviously, you're not being freaking creepy about it, like, yeah, I'd like to take you home or anything like that. You're saying, hey, I'd like to take you out sometime. It's masculine, it's direct, it's confident, it's saying, I want. Girls like it when you say, I want. That's a little pro tip there. I want this. I want this. I want you to do this. I want you. Right. That's what you're saying. I want you because you've proven to me that you're worthy of me taking you out on a date. So guys, let us know below. Try that out in your sets and let us know what you think and the results you get. So she said yes, and I said, okay. Do you have Instagram? I like to get them right to Instagram because they can see your lifestyle. And this is why Jaron really is an advocate towards building a really high quality Instagram profile. As you've seen with his, it's really good. It's got a lot of good pictures, all that. And through now 2-on-1 support, we are here to help you build that Instagram profile for yourself so you can really start moving your dating life to Instagram and have them see that you have a cool lifestyle. So obviously this is my Instagram. A lot of these photos were taken from an iPhone. I just touched them up in Lightroom, which is like it's an Adobe product. It's free. I don't have any shirtless pictures. It's just showing that I have there's Jaron right there. It's obvious. It's just showing that I have a cool lifestyle and that I have a social network. I go travel. I do a lot of cool things. And one makes women, when they see my profile, realize, okay, this guy's not like a creep that takes mirror selfies. he actually has a life, and I could be a part of this life if I play my cards right. So obviously there's Jaron there. I've wondered if this picture actually hurts because they see Jack Jaron. They're like, oh, wow, like kind of want that dude. But anyway, that's my own personal insecurity I got to work through, but I don't think it's been a problem so far. So anyway, again, we're here to help you build that awesome profile. And then once you have your Instagram, you can really start having really high quality dates. So if you guys do want some support in that and need some help starting to upgrade your dating profile, your dating life, your Instagram, and then ultimately getting out there and starting to meet women in person or online too, whatever floats your boat, then you can schedule a consult with Jaron and I down below. And we'll hop on a call with you and we'll find out where your pain points are and what you're struggling with so we can get the best plan of action for you to start getting results as soon as possible. Some of our clients are having great results, and all it took was them getting a photo shoot and then implement what we're teaching them so they can start having awesome dating life. So one of our clients we took out this week, and he was talking to a bunch of girls, and obviously like they were super into him, and it was really just rewarding to see. So that can be you guys, and we're here to help you with that. So anyway, back to the approach here. So I get her Instagram. What I always do, and this is kind of ending up being like a kind of tutorial, but I'm cool with it because I believe this can really help you guys in maximizing your approach, results. So I always say, okay, give me your phone. So she says, yes, I have Instagram. I said, give me your phone, right? It's a command. And it's just kind of ballsy to just grab her phone and then I enter my Instagram. And why I do this is because then I follow myself off her account. Really, it allows me then to make the decision of when I follow her. So it does create a little bit of that her chasing me dynamic, which is what I really like. I'm sure you guys can relate. There's been so many girls in my life that I've been in the one in pursuing. And as soon as I get into that pursuit mentality, she's out the door. So girls don't want to be chased. They want to be doing the chasing. So that's what I did. I got her Instagram. So later that night, she texts me and she reaches out to me, which is a huge sign, guys. Like usually I'm the one to make the first text, but here she was super into me. And so she actually reached out to me. Hi, I'm glad I met you today. I said, two-time being Cancer, which is you too. So we talked about her being a Cancer. And so I made a joke about that. Estás portándote bien, which is you behaving well. And this line, guys, this is a line, I mean, you can learn it right now, but we teach guys in our one-on-one support. It is one of the best lines that you will ever find. And I didn't make it up. Jaron taught me this, and I've used it for every single approach I've done since coming here, and it's just been an absolute game changer. So definitely recommend trying that one out. In English, you can just say, "Are you behaving well? Are you behaving well?" Question mark. She says, haha, no. So she goes, "Mi estoy portando mal," which is I'm behaving badly, which is like, I was like, yes, like that's what I like to see. So I say, "Don't tempt me. Siempre portarse mal." I don't even know if I pronounce it right, but that's always behaving badly. So I'm also saying like never, like I don't behave well either. When you free, we can misbehave together. She goes, "Ha ha ha," and she sends me this voice note. So obviously you guys can't hear the voice note, but what she said is, "Hey, I just want to say I really appreciate you coming up to me. It showed a lot of courage, and I really liked our interaction." So that was amazing, and it was the first time I've ever gotten a message like that. It really again confirmed to me the power of approaching versus what I thought I was missing with online dating. And I was with my buddy when he saw this, so we were just kind of like we were kind of geeking out because it was a really cool message. It was really sweet too. So, since in today's day and age, so many guys don't approach anymore, you'll find in these more traditional countries that they really do appreciate it. And a lot of guys that we talk to, and they have a fear that they're going to go up to a girl and then she's going to freak out and like put them on, Instagram or TikTok and be like, "Oh my God, this guy came up to me." That's a rare case. And obviously, you see it on Instagram and social media. And even in the US, it doesn't happen as much as you might think. Even it's going to be rare, even in the US, that you find a girl that's that narcissistic. um, Here, though, in these traditional countries, and as well as like maybe Poland, obviously Thailand, Colombia, and then Mexico here, they really do appreciate it. And she validated that by saying, "Hey, I really appreciate you coming up to me. It was really brave. It was very courageous." And she also said, "I'm into Asian looking people too." So I got a little bonus there. And then the message as well, she's like, "I told my mom that you came up to me." So she was already qualifying me to her family, which was kind of wild. And again, if I would have just slid in her DMs, there would be no way this would have happened. So because I did the approach, she was able to have this great story that she could tell her family and her friends that versus like, "Hey, I met this guy scrolling for D and we hooked up," and that's just not like a romantic story. This was like she was just minding our business, doing some work, and I just came out of the blue. We had an amazing interaction, and she got to tell that story to her family, and she told her mom right away. Now, that might have been a little extreme as well, and we can talk about this in other videos why if a girl's super into you, it might not be actually. I believe it's not a super great sign. It's actually a bit of a red flag. Women and men, they both do love bombing, which is actually a sign of more of a an avoidant personality, and we can get into that in another video. But it is now a bit of a red flag if they're like super keen to like super like overly sweet from the beginning. And I'm like, okay, like I don't know if this is like authentic as maybe it might seem. So enjoy it if it happens, guys, but just keep an eye out for it, right? So anyway, I respond. I was like, "Hey, look, like I appreciate that. Like I really enjoyed our conversation too. It was good to meet you." And now as I'm looking at this message, I remember I'm like, "Oh, it looks like you have a good relationship with your mom. That's cool." So she says she is like my best friend, and this was worth to tell. So she was saying, "Yeah, it was worth talking to my mom, my best friend, about how I met you." So I had asked her, "Hey, are you free Saturday?" And she says, "I cannot Saturday because I already have plans." And in this message, she had said, "Hey, can we get together Sunday for brunch?" And I said, "Oh, I can't see you Sunday. I have plans. I can see you Saturday though." So she said, "Oh, so said I cannot. I already have plans Sunday." And I responded, "Good relationship with your mom. You do have Asian blood in you. Next week's good. What days you free?" So basically, again, I'm flirting. I'm being, I'm teasing a little bit, and then I'm getting again right to the date. So we talk about the importance of using text to set the date. Really, like a lot of guys make the mistake of trying to have the girl fall in love with her over messages, and we really advise not to do that. So again, I'm really just kind of pushing. Okay, when can I see you? I don't have time to text you all day. Like really, to me, like the number is great, and it was really. I always get excited when I get a number. Until I'm seeing them on the date, I really don't. I guess count it or when she's when she actually comes to see me that's the sign that okay she's actually into me and this is progressing. So she says next Saturday, blah blah blah. I fly out. She's busy with work, blah blah blah. Let's see each other. Great deal. Talk later this week to set plans. Safe flight. Done. So yeah, that was pretty much the interaction with her. We had a date. Yeah, she comes and picks me up in a BMW SUV. It's just like a brand new car. I was just like, holy crap, this is nuts. Had a little makeout session at the end. I didn't try to pull her home because I didn't want to possibly ruin potentially seeing her by sleeping with her right away. That's for another video. I just kind of have seen for myself that the deeper relationships are the ones that I have to wait for a little bit, which is you know, I think it can go either way for depending on the guy you are. For me though, my strong suit isn't kind of pulling on the first date. I have done it before, and I've seen a girl right now that I have done that with. However, in general, like I think I've learned that I have the best quality relationships with girls. I have to wait for a little bit. Now, does that mean that's easy? And it's like what in the moment that's what I want? No, like I'm on the date, she's hot. I want to like escalate, but I have to, practice that discipline a little bit. So wrapping this video up, guys, really what I've learned through this experience and this was great to be able to share with you guys is that the power of cold approach and how you can really meet women, high quality women that you might not even have ounce of a shot with if you're going through the online route, whether it's Instagram or online dating apps. So pros is again, you get to have that one-on-one connection right away. So you get to kind of suss them out and they get to suss you out too. You get to show your personality. And a lot of you guys really do great once you get on the date. But the hardest part is getting on the date. So with cold approach, you essentially get to have like a mini date right away and they get to feel your vibe, get to feel your energy. The best part that I love about cold approach too is that you never have to live with that regret again of seeing a girl that you think is just your 10 out of 10 and being like, man, if only like, I met her on an app or if only, this was a different situation, right? You get to completely transcend that regret. If I see a woman that I think is hot, I'm going up to her immediately because I don't want to miss that opportunity. And I think I've had maybe 4 dates in my life through dating apps. So to be able to not have the pain of the regret anymore of possibly missing out on a potential relationship, who knows, maybe one day she'll even be your long-term girlfriend. Like you have no idea, but just knowing that I get that opportunity now because I've learned the skill. It's just been game changing. And that's what I'm really excited to be able to teach you guys as well is how to get to do that for yourself. Taking a guy out today, shout out Nolan. If we're going to go out today and he's going to get to start practicing the cold approach, he's got really good online game, but he really wants to start mastering his day game and his approaching because he sees that it's a big opportunity that he has to start meeting really quality women in person. So we're going to go out today. So maybe he'll get to come on the channel at some point and share his experience about learning approaching. Again, the girl gets to tell an awesome story about how you just came out of the blue. Like, again, that's a much more romantic story than I was scrolling for D and I saw this dude. You get to kind of create that magical experience with them, so you have a better shot, I believe, at having long-term relationships with cold approach. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's hours of stuff I can talk about continuing, but those are the main points that I want you guys to take away from this video, and that you can date really high quality women that you might think are even out of your league, but because you exhibit those masculine qualities and attributes in the approach, which a lot of guys these days aren't doing. So you automatically just put yourself above and beyond guys who aren't doing this. You get to have these opportunities. A lot of these higher end, classier girls too might not be on the dating apps as well. They might be looking for that more in-person connection. This girl is definitely a girl that wants relationships, right? And we talked about it. Like she's like, I don't just hook up and sleep around and stuff like that, which could be true, could be not. Now, I did kick myself in the foot because she's like, oh, I bet you have a ton of girlfriends, right? Ha ha ha. And I kind of like, I tried to pretend that I didn't, but I was like, I do. And she started grilling me about it. So, whether this goes anywhere or not, we can talk about too what things not to say on the date in future videos. Telling a girl you see a lot of girls is not a good thing to say, especially if you want maybe something longer term with her. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, schedule a consult with Jaren and I to start upping your dating life and learning how to do these approaches and have great text game and get a lot of high quality dates. And that, guys, we'll see you on the next one. Peace.